Bum 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 bum. Hey, look, we're here. That screen is gone, and there's actual human being people talking to you again on Friday night. Welcome to Unproduced Live and our epic conclusion to the 1993 script by Barry Cohen, Ted Newsom, and James Cameron for Spider-Man. So hopefully, if you're rejoining us from last time, or if you are coming here for the first time, welcome. Thank you for coming. And I do want to point out, I think I mentioned this slightly last time, but there were two kind of James Cameron, China Spider-Man projects related to James Cameron. This script was more or less a script that was kind of written before, and then James Cameron came in. His name was put on it. I don't know if he changed a lot of it, but that's why the thing that he wrote himself fully was the scriptment, which is a 50-page description of a movie with little bits of dialogue in it. And that we will be doing next Friday, July 3rd. We'll be doing the scriptment so that we will cover all James Cameron Spider-Man related bases. But for now, we are going to continue the epic battle between Spider-Man and Doc Ock. And so let us reintroduce to the actors, or actually, in one case, just plain introduce you to an actor who was not here last time. We'll start with AJ Dana. How are you, AJ? Welcome.
Hello. Thank you very much.
You will be taking over the role of Doc Ock from David Arrigo Jr., who sadly couldn't make it this Friday due to scheduling conflicts. But I'm sure that you'll be able to say okie dokie with the best of them. And so, is there anything that you want to plug? I know one fun fact about you is that you are like a massive haunt enthusiast and performer, like for
Yes.
Universal Horror Nights, and you were tape head at Slashback Video, which I'm
Yep.
pretty sure I was there and had an interaction with you at some point, not knowing
Awesome.
who I was, but this guy in this weird mask coming at me as I was just staring at him. I'm like, all right, that's fair. That was AJ. Yeah. So anything going on now that you wanna plug or talk about?
Well, keeping with the horror theme, while everyone is stuck in quarantine, you can download the brand new audiobook for Scary Stories, a tribute to terror. It is a fan-made recreation of the Scary Stories books with brand new stories and brand new art in the classic Alvin Schwartz style. And that is available for download now at scarystoriestribute.com.
That's great. That's really cool, man. I very much enjoyed those books. More so the artwork. You're going to describe the artwork in the audiobook, right? It's just talking about the artwork and how creepy it is, and this woman who lost her toe, and the rat that was actually a dog or whatever it is. Reverse that. But anyway, we then need a hero to fight against our villain Doc Ock, and that is Isaac Robinson Smith, returning as Spider-Man with an amazing background. The pointing right at his head, just right fingers right between your head.
Right. I need to keep myself centered, so that's how I'm doing it.
That's very fair. So what's going on with you? Anything going on that you wanna talk about?
Lots of things that are happening, none of which I can talk about, unfortunately. So
This is what working with people under all these NDAs and just like, I know you're doing something cool, but you just won't
Yeah.
tell me about it. That's fine.
Nope.
That's cool. I understand you want to maintain your job. That's fine.
yes, I would love to keep working.
But as I said before, you can hear him in the Final Fantasy VII Remake as well as Voltron, Legendary Defender. And so then we'll move on over to the love interest, Liz Allen, played by Keeler Lee. So very glad to have you back here. And what is going on in your world? Anything you want to talk about at the moment?
Not a damn thing.
Okay.
If anybody wants to hire me, I'm available. But otherwise, I got nothing.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Well, you can also, as I've said before, see her on Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Station 19 as well. And just here. You can see her right here. And this is great.
For real. God.
Well, no. I mean, Kayla, we just met last time. And I will say that Megan and I talked with her for 2 hours afterwards because she's just awesome. And we had a great time. So welcome back. Very glad that you could make it here. And then we've got, who else is here? I'm going to say Taya Lux as Aunt May as well as Kim, the ripe one, as described in the script, who also is a sexy salamander lover. So that's fun. And you will also be taking over the role of Flash Thompson from Megan, who portrayed Flash Thompson last time.
I was thinking of that. I would also like to play Spider-Man. I would also like to play Doc Ock. I think that I'm just going to play everyone tonight, so y'all can log off.
That's fair. That's very fair. Anything that you would like to endorse this evening?
Peace.
Oh, what do I got going on? I finished crocheting a cat couch. So if you want to just follow me on my social handles at Taya Lux, you can see all the things I'm crocheting and knitting right now. And I'm almost done with the sweater.
Everyone's social handles are in the description of the video. So if you want to follow anyone, and I suggest that you do, then do that in the description in the video. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a low-carb production here without Mr. Ted Evans, my big-headed cohort. Not just saying because of the size of his actual head, because of big head parodies. He will be playing the roles of Harry Osborn and a bunch of other characters, including Wiener.
Wiener.
I'm just so glad
really
that you are so mad that I cast you as Wiener. Well, you deserve it.
You made a poster that said Ted Evans as Wiener, and I'm like, I'm not promoting that. It's not happening.
Ted, Ted
Evans as Harry Osborn and others.
I thought it worked out very well. He's also playing Roz, the one of the owners, I don't know, presidents of the Empire University or whatever. He's in there a bunch, so
science guy.
That will be good. And then I will be playing J. Jonah Jameson as well as the corpse of Uncle Ben this evening. It just got dark. And if you, of course, want to follow along, you can download the script in the link in the description. We are going to be starting on page, I believe, 65. Yep, we'll be starting on page 65. So go ahead and download that and come along on this ride with us. I have also edited a lot of the description down just to keep things in time. But you're still going to get the same story experience without hearing every single descriptor that they wrote in there. And then, of course, we finally have Megan Gorman, our moderator and sometimes Space Cat, as she has been known as. She will be talking to you in the chat and taking your voice suggestions, because the way this works is from time to time, we're not just going to read the script. We are going to change voices. Because everyone here is very talented, and we're going to force them to do a lot of things that they're not comfortable with, because that's what comedy is based on, I guess. So if you have suggestions of celebrities or just characters in general, like a platypus who needs a bank loan, these are all things we have to figure out how to make that voice actually happen for characters. So that, I believe, is that. Just double checking my notes here. So the other thing we have is another t-shirt. Yes, that's right. I have commissioned a wonderful t-shirt here. I'm going to pull it up on the screen for Okie Dokie. That's right. Doc Ock's amazing catchphrase, Okie Dokie. You can get a t-shirt now at teespring.com/thecatchphrase. And I couldn't call it Okie Dokie because when I mentioned Doc Ock in it, Teespring wouldn't let me put the thing up. And it took it down for copyright issues. So I changed the name, and it's up there. So now you can actually get it. So yeah, we've got a wonderful picture by Brandon Reuter, whose Instagram is in the description.
Brandon's so good!
Brandon is fantastic, super talented guy, and he did this Doc Ock, and I absolutely love it. So Doc Ock saying Okie Dokie, you can get it as a sticker, tote bag, whatever you want. And as a special treat for you, to get 15% off, use the promo code Okie Dokie. So Okie Dokie will get you 15% off, and that will expire next Friday. So use this week to get whatever you want. You could use it on a past shirt if you want. But that is there for you, and thank you, Brandon, for that wonderful piece of artwork. And so finally, for those of you that don't remember what happened last week, or those of you who actually watched last week and still have no idea what happened in this script, which is most of the actors here as well, we have Jordan Good returning for an absolutely incredible musical recap of last week's events in Spider-Man, set to a disco theme. I'm so happy with this, and I'm very excited to share it with you. So this will get you up to speed before we dive into part 2 of Spider-Man. So prepare yourselves.
Octavius is a scientific outsider, researching something called the anti-force. He accidentally shoots a ray at a spider, whose bite makes him a supervillain, of course. Peter Parker takes photos of the lab, a Dali-esque apocalyptic wasteland. In a big twist that no one saw coming, the same damn spider bites him on the hand.
Maybe a hero can save us, but no one can save this screenplay. And James Cameron feels I wonder why he walked away.
Dr. Ock needs Peter's research paper to bring about a universal end of days. He kills the guy with his new metal arms. Okie dokie is such a shitty catchphrase. Peter is stronger than he used to be. Discovers his power, a metaphor for puberty. He's a wrestler on MTV, and that's not all. He wins Liz's heart by dancing on the disco
Maybe
ball.
a hero can save us, but no one can save this screenplay. Uncle Ben dies again, but never, no, never at me. Yeah. Okie dokie.
Finger guns.
All right, amazing work from Jordan Good. I'm so happy with that. I'm just so happy. And you can, of course, follow him on Instagram at Jordan Good Music, or go to www.jordangoodmusic.com to find out more about Jordan, because he's super talented. And if you have a project that you need music for, hire that man. He just did that. He just did it. I just said, do this, and he did it. It was amazing. Cool. So why don't we go ahead and get into the script here. So Spider-Man continues from before. Last we remember, Uncle Ben was shot, and we are now going to rush to a generic hospital waiting room somewhere in New York. And this is starting on page 65 for anyone following along. And let us begin. Interior hospital waiting room night. Plastic furniture, garish lighting, cigarettes in the ashtrays. And Aunt May.
Thought I was gonna get an assignment. Sorry, guys. Take 2.
All good.
And gets through everything. He'll be all right. The doctors are.
Aunt May and Peter embrace, leaning on each other for support. And your detective character here, Ted, will be voiced as Emperor Palpatine.
Excuse me, you're the nephew?
Peter rises, nods as Aunt May wipes away a sniffle.
Zoran, what does the Emperor sound like?
Good.
I just want to hear you do it.
It was me. It was me, Jedi's. Your uncle's a brave man. Apparently, the perpetrator was after something of yours. Your uncle didn't know what it was, but stood up to him anyway. You ought to be proud of him.
I am. How is he?
A grim-faced doctor walks slowly across the room to them. May stands up slowly, and the doctor is gonna be told in a second. Yeah, your doctor character, your voice is, you were May's high school sweetheart that has spent his entire life pining after her. No one could ever compare to May, and this chance meeting could be your one opportunity to rekindle the flame of your love and finally be truly and completely happy once again. That's who this doctor is. Good luck.
ask the doctor.
How's my husband doing?
I mean, that ex-husband now. Sorry. Mrs. Parker. I'm sorry. We tried.
May collapses.
Oh, man! Crash cart stats! Oh.
The detective pulls Peter gently away. The staff works on May.
Let the medics handle it. Look, if it makes you feel any better, we're going to nail this guy. He crashed his getaway car. We got him trapped in a warehouse on Jackson.
And the nurse is... Oh, God, I didn't realize the nurse came back here. The nurse is a fairy godmother.
Oh, she's all right. She just fainted. We'll have to check on her for symptoms of shock. If you want to wait, you can get some coffee on the 3rd floor.
No, I think I want to go out for some fresh air.
Exterior, warehouse night. Cop cars, cops searchlights playing their beams against the Acme Chemical Storage Building. Gunfire flashes from one of the windows. Exterior, cop car night. Elite cops in baseball caps are plotting a strategy. Cop 1, how is your Shrek?
A Zoran button, please.
Oh, donkey! I don't care about nothing except maybe how much I love my wife when she's green and then also sometimes she's pink. That's basically the plot of Shrek.
Okay.
And then Cop 2, you're donkey.
The place is loaded with solvents and chemicals. If we blast our way in, it's gonna go up like a Roman candle.
Oh, well, we could go in through the 5th floor washroom.
What's that up there? Throw a light on that.
Cop 1 directs the beam of the searchlight. Spider-Man is climbing it. Trapped in the glare of the searchlight, he freezes.
He's got a partner.
Exterior, cop car night. Every cop's weapon is trained toward upward at Spider-Man.
We got the compass up there, and we got a clear shot. Do we have a go?
And the radio is Mario.
That's a goal.
Exterior, warehouse wall, night. Gunshots erupt around Spider-Man, and he skitters around to evade them. Interior, the warehouse, night. Thinking they're shooting at him, Wiener shoots back. In the corner of his eye, he sees Spider-Man at a side window. He aims his rifle, and Spidey ducks out of the way. The frightened Wiener moves to the side window to blow Spidey away. Spidey leaps in at a front window and drops neatly behind Wiener. And so I need a voice for Wiener and Spider-Man, and we'll go to the audience for this.
Okay, so for
Ted?
Wiener, how's your Phineas and Ferb?
No idea.
Okay, how's your South Park?
Cartman.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, we got a Cartman.
Okay.
Okay, and then Spidey, John Mulaney after he stubbed his toe.
Oh, I'm gonna need help on that one. I don't know what it sounds like.
Oh, God, John Mulaney. Okay, here we
It's
go.
a horse in a hospital.
What we're saying is exactly this. There's too many things that we're talking about right now. What are you saying to me? I don't know. Why you're talking this way? This is the best I've got. Do that.
Perfect. Say your prayers, Wiener.
Wiener whips around the fires. Spidey leaps to avoid it and lands on a stack of paint cans.
You ain't taking me, Spider-Man. Where you are?
Spidey gathers himself tighter. He leaps. A second gunburst comes in behind him. Several paint cans erupt in cascades of color.
Hey, creep!
Wiener aims and fires several times. He is emptying his rifle. Spidey leaps away and lands on the top of a cask marked "Caution, Flammable Solvent."
Try again. God.
The cask gives away, and Spidey is plunged into the flammable solvent. Spidey leaps out of the cask and sticks to the roof beam. His hands slip down the beam as the solvent works against his sticking power. He falls to the floor and scrambles behind some paint cans. Wiener, crazed, fires wildly. One of the cans explodes. Paint flows from it, burning. Spidey peeks out and sees a yellow river of flame creeping towards him. He sniffs his solvent-soaked outfit. He backs down a corridor of paint cans. The yellow fire follows, now joined by a river of blue fire from another can. They're following the trail of solvent. He's dripping. He's trapped. A cop. It was voiced by Taya, and you are Katharine Hepburn.
This is your last chance, you two. Either you're coming out or we're coming in.
Spidey's against the wall, paint cans to the right and left, and a river of red flame joins the yellow and blue as they creep towards him. He climbs backwards up the wall, face towards the blaze. The colored fires join and follow him up the wall. They're licking at his feet.
Hey, stay back, you guys. Whoa, stay back down here.
Spidey is inches from being torched. He sees a pipe. He reaches out and grabs it. He swings out above the flames, but the pipe begins to bend. The pipe bends down, and then breaks. Spidey hangs precariously as water cascades out of the pipe and puts out the fire. Spidey drops down and rests his head in his hands to collect himself. Then looks up. The gun is at his head.
Stand up, yeah.
Spidey stands.
You have 30 seconds to come out.
Get my ticket out of here, man. Give me that stupid mask.
Spider-Man hesitates, then he begins to raise the mask, but stops and shakes his head no.
Yeah, I'll take it myself.
He reaches for the mask and Spider-Man flips him across the room. Wiener lands in a cargo net and becomes ensnared.
Well, looks like we've caught in our web.
Don't hurt me, man. Please, don't hurt me.
Interior warehouse hallway night. Cops are poised at the door. A signal. They crash inside. Interior warehouse. Cop number 1.
Am I doing the same one?
Yeah. Just for that.
Hold your fire!
Wiener is hanging from the ceiling in the cargo net.
Yes, madhouse.
He falls down, immediately encircled by the police officers. Spider-Man flies above their heads, crashing through the window, and disappears into the dark night. Interior cyclotron night. A weird flickering blue light dances around the hole in the cyclotron. Ock is finishing putting together his new equipment. And let's just keep Ock as Arnold Schwarzenegger for this point.
Okay. Okay.
Ock goes about checking out the cyclotron. It looks good. Interior control room. Ock starts flicking switches and reading dials, doing a mission countdown for his next experiment.
Amperage, okay. Flux, 14. Negative variable differential, good enough.
He shuts it down. The wine whirs down.
Okay. Okay. Now all I need is Parker's data. Where the hell is Wiener? Damn it. I can't trust anybody. Only you, my babies. Only you can I trust. Okay. If I have to do everything myself, I'm going to do it. I'll be back. My babies. My new babies.
That was actually the script line in there. You did not throw in the I'll be back. That worked out. Ock hides the Waldos under his coat and leaves the room. Interior Peter Parker's apartment night. There is more equipment than before. Peter is deep at work. His Spider-Man uniform hangs on the wall. There is a knock at the door, and we need voices for Liz and Peter. We'll pull some ones for here. Liz, let's hear this horrible French accent. And Peter, let's do. Let's see how your Morty is from Rick and Morty. Here we go.
Hey, Peter, are you finished with my computer yet? I got a paper too, you know.
Oh my God! Oh, it's you, Liz. I didn't expect you. Give me a minute.
He hides his Spider-Man costume. Interior hallway landing. Liz waits impatiently.
Hi, Liz. Come on in.
Interior Peter Parker's apartment. Liz enters, looking around. Peter covers for this and that. Oh, he covers for this and that.
What were you doing in here?
Cleaning up. Come on. I'll get your computer. Where's Flash parked?
He picks up the computer and turns to her, but she's already looking around the equipment.
The Flash didn't come.
Oh, well, how are you going to get it home?
Liz walks into the room.
Taxi, I guess.
She discovers the prints of Spidey that Peter has taped up around the apartment.
You must spend a lot of time with this Spider-Man guy. Peter, don't you think you ought to unplug that?
Peter looks and sees that he is tethered to the wall. Embarrassed, he puts the computer back down.
I'll go down to the corner, see if I can hail that taxi.
All right, Peter leaves. Liz smiles. She likes Peter. Interior hallway night. A shadow of a man can be seen hiding. Peter does not notice him. Interior Peter Parker's apartment. There is a knock on the door, and this is for Liz and Ock. So let's get a suggestion from the audience for Liz.
You are, this is perfect for this, a dog who just realized someone's at the door.
Okay. And Dr. Ock will be... Oh, let's be the genie from Aladdin.
Peter?
She is about to open the door when 4 Waldos smash through it, obliterating it. Ock stands in the shattered doorway, Waldo's writhing.
Oh, Dr. Octavius! You're so weird. Those, what do you call those?
Waldos! Did you hear about Spider-Man? That's me, the real Spider-Man! Now, tell me, where is that jerky friend of yours? Parker?
Peter? Oh, he's not here. He's gone. I don't think he'll be back for a while.
You wouldn't lie to your professor, now would you?
Well, of course not. Why would I lie about a thing like that? Really, he's out.
We'll wait!
Ock grabs Liz's hair with his Waldos.
Oh, what are you doing? Let me go! Please! Take those things out of my hair.
My Waldos, you mean?
Okay, whatever you call them. Please?
Ock shoots out 2 Waldos. Simultaneously, each grabs a chair from different parts of the room and brings them to the table.
Sit!
She does. He does too, and folds his Waldos across his chest.
Oh, he's a nice boy. You know, a little nerdy maybe, but, nice, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. He's very inexperienced.
One of Ock's Waldos rests on the table, curled around the computer. Liz lets her hand rest on it. Ock warms immediately.
You are a fascinating young lady.
Thank you.
You're so refreshing. You're so...
Shocking?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say shocking.
I would!
She sticks his Waldo in the electrical wall socket behind the computer. The current sizzles through him, and he leaps up, Waldo's akimbo like a cartoon cat. Liz runs out the door. Ock... Nice. Ock extricates himself from the current and gives chase. Interior hallway night. And Peter has returned for a bit here. And let's just go for Peter. Oh, you're Carl Weezer for this little bit here. From Jimmy Neutron. And everyone else is the same. Begin.
Peter!
She looks both ways for Peter. Doesn't see him and takes off. Ock bursts from the doorway and runs off after Liz. Exterior of the street. Liz running as fast as she can, but Ock is gaining quickly. Exterior Peter Parker's apartment. A taxi drives up and disgorges Peter.
Just wait here.
Interior Peter Parker's apartment night. He walks in, it's empty.
Liz?
Peter! Help! I have to pee! Peter!
Peter springs into action. He grabs his Spidey suit out of a drawer and starts taking off his clothes. Exterior street. Liz looks back and sees Ock cartwheeling towards her. There's a construction site on the right. She ducks down the alley next to it. Interior construction alley. Liz runs into and finds herself trapped on 3 sides by a high cyclone fence. Behind her, Ock's Waldos stretch out like water bug legs. He bug walks into the alley and laughs down at her from his perch atop the Waldos.
Ha ha! Peter Parker has something I want, and I'm gonna have something that he wants.
She dashes past him and runs into the outboard cargo elevator. Interior elevator. Liz starts pressing knobs and levers in a panic. She finally finds the switch, and the car leaps up just as Ock tears off the front door. Liz, safe for the moment, watches Ock recede below, shaking the torn-off door in a rage. Exterior construction site. Extending Waldo after Waldo. Ock climbs the elevator housing, chasing the rising car inside. The car arrives, and Liz jumps out. She's on nothing but a narrow girder. Ock gets to the top. He looks across at her. She's stuck between 2 unfastened girders at a dead end. He slowly telescopes a Waldo towards her. She's got no place to run. He grabs her by the blouse and lifts her off the girder. And now, Spider-Man, Ock, and Liz, let's go to the audience for this one.
The audience was giving me suggestions. I'm sorry.
They're doing great.
So we need Spidey, Doc, and Liz, you said?
Yep.
Okay. So, someone is nervously proposing to their significant other.
Okay.
Someone is, and I kind of love this one, a guy in 2022 who thought social distancing was still happening, but finds out that COVID is over and his friends and family are just avoiding him.
Oh my God. All right.
And then somebody is a spooky ghost stuck in a well.
Okay, does anyone want to claim any of those?
All nervously proposed.
All right, nervous proposal. Keeler, do you want to be a spooky ghost stuck in a well?
Sure.
Great. And the other one was the guy in 2022 who thinks he's social distancing, but people really just don't like him, apparently. Good work, chat room. All right, here we go. You may begin.
No, that's bad. Put her down, Ock. Yeah, that's good.
Ock looks across the street. There, on top of a tall building, is Spider-Man.
I know what's happening to you, Ock. I've been through a lot of changes myself lately, and you have to listen to me.
Okay, first of all, 6 feet, sir, please. 6 feet. Second of all, who the hell are you?
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
All right, see, now that's a lot of crap, clown. All right, I'm Spider-Man, not you, all right? Ask your girlfriend. Tell him.
I'm just a good friend of Peter Parker's, Ock. Just like that girl you're holding. Now let her go.
Ock thinks for a moment, then he begins to extend the kicking and screaming Liz out over the street, 10 stories up.
You know, extending her out further is great for social distancing. I can do this, that's good. But let her go, well, that's an even better idea. You know, if you don't deliver your friend, Mr. Spider-Man, yes, the guy who created COVID, I will let her go.
Put me down. You mechanical mutant?
Oh man, that ghost is pissed. Liz is having none of this. She kicks, she fights, she twists. Rip! Part of her blouse tears away and Liz plummets. Spider-Man swoops down on a web strand. He reaches out for the falling Liz and misses her cleanly. The web is too short.
Now you can see my boobs, you jerk!
He whips her with a second web, and together they swing to a high girder where he deposits her safe and sound.
Tell your friend, Peter, next time I'll get the taxi myself.
Hey, you jerk! You phony Spider-Man! Prepare to meet your death, bug!
Spidey thwips a beam and swings across towards Doc Ock.
Actually, I'm rather fond of living, especially now.
He lands on Ock's girder.
Octavius, just stop and think.
I am thinking, insect. I'm thinking about exterminating you with some hand sanitizer.
Okay.
Okay, if that's the way you want it. Let's see what those chrome knuckles do, Doc.
Waldo lances out and catches Spidey flush on the jaw. It knocks him to another girder. Spidey hangs on and rolls over. He rubs his jaw.
Great.
Spidey gets ready to go into action and gets pummeled by another barrage of blows from above.
Now, I'm sorry, I must kill you, you cretinous clown!
Ock throws a roundhouse Waldo that nearly knocks Spidey off the girder, but Spider-Man's not done yet. The two super adversaries engage in battle, with Ock swinging from his Waldos like a metal monkey, and Spidey swinging from his webs like a Spidey spider. They clang and they bang through the girders of the construction site.
Right, now, once I dispose of you from a safe distance, Spider-Man, no one will be able to stop me.
Is that a yes? I mean, stop you from what?
My destiny!
Ock throws his biggest punch yet. Sirens can now be heard in the street. Spidey avoids Waldo strike after Waldo strike. Ock eludes web after web, but Spidey's agility soon has him turning circles.
Over here, Octopus.
Wait, that's Professor Octopus to you, spider jerk.
Give it up, Professor. You'll never catch me.
Wow. Ock takes 3 steps and soars through the air. Exterior brick wall. Ock, misjudging the leap, soars right past Spidey and into an alley, screaming all the way. Exterior, the alley. Ock and 2 Waldos pressed up against each of the opposing walls. He slides down into the alley, and let's get some new voices here. Spidey, Liz, Cop 1 and Cop 2. Oh boy. All right. Spidey, you are going to be Heath Ledger's Joker. And Liz, you are going to be an exaggerated Southerner. And then Flash, you are going to be Bobby Hill from King of the Hill. And then I'll need voices from the audience for Cop 1 and Cop 2.
Oh, I heard a Joker in that mix. I need 2 different Batmans. Or you could be the same Batman. But someone wanted
Batmans.
multiple Batmans.
Cool. All right. So 2 different Batmans. Enjoy. Figure out what that is as we go. Here we go. Begin, Spider-Man.
So long, sucker.
Exterior street, night. Cop cars pull up. Exterior sidewall, night. Ock makes it down, sees the cops, ducks out of sight. The searchlights go on. Spider-Man swings back across the street to the construction site.
There he is.
Great googly moogly! It's that Spider-Man!
Exterior, the roof. Spidey lands next to Liz, puts an arm around Liz, and extends a web shooter.
Now, what do you think you're doing?
I'm rescuing you.
With that, Spidey leaps way out, and he and Liz swoop away on a web strand.
Well, bless your heart, but no.
Exterior, the cop car's night. All weapons point upward at Spidey's movement.
He won't get away this time.
Hold your fire. He's got a girl.
Looks like he's got a hostage.
Spidey swings off. Liz whoops with the G-force.
Now, wait a minute. Where are you taking me? Spidey hounded by the police, rejected by the girl?
I better just take you back where you belong. Hold on tight.
Where are we?
Open your eyes.
They are standing on the roof of the central tower of the Empire University building. Liz opens her eyes. It's an extraordinary sight.
Look, if you're trying to impress me, Spidey, I want you to know I'm not easy, okay? I'm impressed. Now put me down, Spidey. Put me down.
Ooh, I like the way you say Spidey. Nobody calls me Spidey. And now we go.
God, Spidey's so creepy. Exterior dormitory. They swoop down and down, stopping right in front of a window in the dormitory building. And Flash, you'll stay the same. Let's switch out Liz and Spider-Man. Let's go to the audience for this one.
All right. Can we get a walrus with a cold and a sleepy beluga whale?
Yes.
Who wants the walrus?
I'm the walrus.
All right. Good luck.
Walrus with the cold? I'll be the walrus with the cold.
And then a sleepy beluga whale.
You know what? I'm gonna press the Zora.
I knew you were going to. I'm just waiting. I was waiting for you. All right.
I got you,
Sleepy.
Boo. I got you.
Yeah. Sleepy beluga whale. You know my name? Good luck! Walrus with a cold, sleepy beluga whale, the love couple of the century. That's not a phrase. Let's keep going.
It is now.
Whoa, look, this is our dormitory. I can get to my room. Hey, wait a minute. There's Flash, if I'm not mistaken.
Liz?
You know my name?
Liz, listen to me. There's something I have to tell you.
Okay, put me down. We can talk, alright?
Do you know who Got it. Do you know who I am?
All I know is you're the amazing Spider-Man. Well, better you're Spidey, the good guy on the block. You're a weirdo in a spider suit.
This is impossible with tusks. And that's all you know about me? Okay. Let's go get your boyfriend.
Yeah, which one?
How many... excuse me. How many do you have? I mean, Flash.
Oh. Well, Flash is not exactly my boyfriend.
He's not. Then who is?
There's someone I like, but he's been too shy to notice.
Flash.
Liz, Spider-Man.
I know everybody. Flash, we have to call Peter.
Flash rushes past Liz to the window. There's a newspaper in his hand.
Hey, they won't let up, man. They keep calling you an accomplice in that Berkeley murder, but that's a crock, ain't it? I'm with you, Spidey, 100%.
Thank you.
By the way, what are you doing with Liz?
She needed a lift.
Oh, okay. This calls for a beer. A lot of beers.
Thanks. But I have some business to take care of.
Well, take care of that later. Wait here. I'll get the beer.
He disappears. Liz comes tentatively to the window where Spidey squats, desire and passion in his white eyes.
I didn't know this was Flash's place.
Peter Parker told me all about it.
Oh. Peter told you all about Flash?
No, he told me all about you. See you later.
And he jumps away.
Achoo!
Interior dorm room night. Flash comes in with more beer than a man ought to carry.
Hey, where'd he go? Hey, Spider-Man!
But Spider-Man has disappeared.
Peter Parker here all about me.
He would, wouldn't he? That jerk.
Well done. Good work, everybody. We are now exterior Parker's roof night. Spider-Man lands on it. He drops in the skylight. He drops into the room and pulls off his mask. The place has been ransacked. Peter pulls a file marked Planetary Conjunction. He opens it. A piece of paper falls out. It says, "Kiss it goodbye, wall crawler." And I'm going to need some voices here for Peter, Kim, Liz, and Flash. Oh, boy. Boy. Peter, Kim, Liz, and Flash, you know what? Let's see how this goes. Based on Jordan's wonderful music video, you're all Chad Kroger singing, "A hero can save us." So you're all Chad Kroger for this next scene. Enjoy!
Octavius!
Exterior Empire University quad. Peter is hurrying along. Kim is sunning herself wonderfully.
Kim, have you seen Harry?
Sure, lots of time. What a brainiac!
Yeah, have you seen him today?
No, Peter!
Hi, have you seen Harry?
No, what a night, huh?
Yeah, that was some ride home. Must have been pretty exciting.
It was... Okay. Look, I got 2 tickets to Les Mis. Wanna go?
Sorry, I'm really busy. I mean, not tonight. I'll see you later.
Hey, Peter, how'd you know about last night?
What about last night?
My exciting ride with Spider-Man.
Oh, sorry, I gotta hurry. I have to find Harry. I'll see you later.
Peter!
Peter runs off. He sees a car approach and flags it.
Hey, can I get a lift downtown?
Take your shoes for a walk, dork!
Flash gets out of his car and crosses the lawn towards Liz. And that's the end of Chad Kroger. Good work, everybody. Interior control room day. Ock is hard at work. He takes a sip from the thermos and flicks on the small tape recording. Ock, your voice now is... Oh, boy. I'm just curious how this one sounds, so let's do Dr. Fraser Crane from Frasier.
We're now inserting Peter Parker's data on tonight's planetary conjunction.
Number sequences appear on the screen, then a graphic of the Earth moving into line with Saturn, Jupiter, the Sun, and the Moon. In the corner, a number rises.
Enormous. It's enormous. The Parker calculations add 4% gravitational force. At the moment of full planetary conjunction. Adding this to present maximum power potential. Well, let's see what I get.
He looks up and sees the screen, a graphic hole opening up right through the Earth. The widening hole is swallowing everything.
Ha ha! I knew it! Universal destruction. It's doable. I'm putting a countdown clock on the planetary conjunction now.
A large digital display reads 13 hours. The last seconds count down as Ock continues speaking.
Ha ha! Okay. Doke. Now, let's see if I have enough power to drive this beast.
He starts hitting keys on his computer. Interior Peter Parker's apartment. Peter is working on Liz's computer. There's a knock on his brand new unpainted door. He hurries to it and pulls the knob so quickly, forgetting his own strength, that the whole assembly comes off in his hand. And so we got Peter, Harry, and Jameson. Let's just get suggestions from the audience for all three of these.
All right. So, Peter, let's make you Tony the Tiger.
That's great.
And then I already forgot who else I.
Ted is Harry.
Harry is Ted Theodore Logan.
Okay. And J. Jonah Jameson, me.
You are Ron Swanson building a canoe.
Ron Swanson building a canoe. Great. Oh, God. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's do the scene, friends.
I gotta remember to have that fixed. There you are. I've been looking for you all over town.
Whoa. What happened?
Where were you?
I went to the wrestling. Wanted to see that amazing Spider-Man, but he didn't show up.
Listen, Harry, something terrible happened.
What? What?
My planetary conjunction papers. They were stolen. That is not great.
Oh my God. You sure? Who would do such a thing?
Uck!
Oh, dude, totally. Of course, but why?
We have to find out. Sit down. I want to access Dr. Octavius's main program. I want to know about his experiments with the cyclotron. Can you do it?
I could try. I could access the system in the dorm. Okay. And through that, I could crack the main line.
All right. Now, if we can just disrupt the Octavius file.
Okay. Let's try.
Harry cracks his knuckles like a safecracker and bends to the task. The phone rings. Peter hits the jerry-rigged speakerphone. Harry keeps hacking.
Yeah?
Parker. Peter Parker. This is J. Jonah Jameson.
Mr. Jameson, you got me at a bad time.
I need pictures of your friend, the amazing Spider-Man. But, oh, God, Hickory was not the choice for this. But, I need a bad guy. I need bad guy shots. You got that? Lots of bad guy shots. We're gonna pin the insect to the wall. What do you say?
Peter hangs up. The dial tone cuts off Jameson. Interior Jameson's office night. Only he and the photo assistant are there.
What about that kid? On the job already. Canoes.
Interior control room night. Ock is pacing around. He looks at the countdown clock and throws himself down in his chair. And for this one line, Doc Ock, you are a sleazy car mechanic.
Fusion cells. You know, they're all up. Internal temperature. It's okay. It's okay. Risk. Acceptable. Let's fly.
He starts flicking on switches and dials. The wine whirs up. He throws the red power throttle. The power dial goes to 90. We're back to Harry and Peter in Peter Parker's apartment here. Peter and Harry are at a computer. The lights flicker and dim. Then they go back on. Peter and Harry look at each other and shrug. And your voices are now... let's hear two George McFlys. You're both George McFly.
George?
Yeah, George McFly.
I'm already, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you're George. Get your damn hands off her.
Oh, I got something.
Insert digital clock display. 6 hours.
Oh, what is it? Let me see. It's some kind of countdown clock.
Wait, a countdown to what?
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's only 6 hours away.
Is it the planetary conjunction? Could be. Or Doc Ock's end of the world experiment. Or both.
Wait a minute. You're not telling me you think the world is gonna end tonight?
Oh, you want to wait around till midnight to find out?
No. But
let's see what else you got. We've got us. Georges.
Another set of numbers rolls up on the screen. They are accompanied by electrical symbols.
What's that?
It might be a calculation of the amount of power he needs to create the hole between the force and the anti-force.
Oh, that's a lot of energy. What could generate power like that?
The closest you could come is the New York City subway system.
Again, the lights flicker and then dim, and they return, and Harry and Peter together.
Oh,
we gotta talk to Professor Rosimov.
Professor Rosimov. Orf.
Come on, George. Pull ourselves together.
George, get off my back.
Come on.
God.
Oh.
Roz boards the Broadway Express and takes a seat. Roz making notations in a pad there, and this one line, he is Doc Brown for just this one line.
Plutonium. No.
Great. Exterior, major intersection. Taxis go by. Two lovers stroll. We hear a familiar whine. The walk and don't walk signs flash at the same time. A boy is voiced by no one, so I'll just do it. Let me have a suggestion for a boy.
Peter or Stewie Griffin.
Ooh, okay. Well, make up your mind. That's the line. There you go. The sign explodes. The couple stops in their tracks. The boy looks at the girl, and the girl is Taya. And you're a suburban mom who is milking the hell out of her one line in the local theater production of Annie.
What's going on?
An arc of electricity now shoots between the light pillars of the subway station on the corner. Interior Broadway local. Sparks fly by the window. Roz, oblivious at first, is now stunned by the show. The arcs of electricity continue to rise by the subway train entrance. The streetlights buckle and bend in weird shapes. So we've got a woman and a man. Woman, that's Taya. You are an apathetic sex worker that's totally over her job. And man, you are having the most amazing orgasm of your life. So that will be good. We also have Truck Driver 1 and 2. And let's just get suggestions for Truck Driver 1 and 2.
Chris Traeger. We're going to go the Parks and Rec theme here. And then the other one is John Ralphio getting run over by a Lexus.
Oh my God. So, who wants Chris Traeger, Rob Lowe's character? I don't even, I can't even do, you can hit the Zorn button on those and it'll just be my normal voice, I think, on either of those.
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, Chris Traeger is a little like this.
Okay. Keeler, if you'd like to try Chris Traeger and do the Megan impression of him, and then I think AJ is the other truck driver. No, Ted. Ted, you're the truck driver. The other truck driver number 2. And you're John Ralphio, whatever she just did. It's her button. It's a Morgan. It's a Megan button.
John Ralphio.
Getting hit by a car, apparently. So
By a Lexus.
Sounds like the same way.
great. All right, let's see how this goes.
Oh my God.
Oh, get back! Get back!
People scream and fall back as the train seems to change angles. Exterior subway entrance night. A building roar rises from the subway entrance. Then the sound of a train whistle. The boy looks down the stairs and has to leap out of the way as the Broadway Express comes highballing up the steps and blasts through the subway entrance. The train sails through the air. Exterior luxury condo high-rise. The train crashes into a building. A splendidly turned out middle-aged woman, getting some weird noises from someone. A splendidly turned out middle-aged woman wakes from her satin sleep to see that a subway train is on the middle of her bedroom. The wall through which the train has come sags and ripples like it's melted and partially solidified. This is a different woman. And so you will be Nico from the Velvet Underground.
Henry.
Several passengers climb out of the windows of the train or pry open the doors.
What are you doing here? Get out of here. Get out of here.
Exterior of the street. Night. A crowd has gathered to gawk and point. They look up and we see the middle car of the train is simply embedded in the high-rise. Its rear sticking out of the building 15 stories up. From its couplings dangles the last car. Interior middle car. The car is bisected in the middle by the fused brick and glass of the wall of the building. Passengers on the outside of the wall press their faces to the glass and pound for help. Roz comes to the aid of a mother with her 2 children. Exterior of the street. The crowd sees something else. Swinging high in the sky is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The couple and 2 drivers argue about what this means. This is the woman who is the sex worker talking to these truck drivers.
It's Spider-Man.
Actually, literally get out of here, you bum.
Hey, what are you talking about?
What's the matter, lady? Don't you read? Oh my God, a car!
So that guy's dead. This is the driver of a Daily Bugle truck carrying the historically famous Bugle headline, Spider-Man, Threat or Menace. That's right, the Bugle right behind me. And this is the man who's having the intense orgasm again.
Oh! Go, Spidey, go!
Interior, last car. It's nearly vertical. People are tumbling over each other. Roz struggles to right himself against a pole. A bag of groceries goes sliding past him. It continues downward and out the open door. Interior, middle car. Spidey's face appears in the window upside down. And for this one line, Spidey, you are Dr. Nick Riviera.
Hello, everybody.
He slides the window down and flips inside. He walks through the parting passengers to the building wall. And you know what? Continue as Dr. Nick. I enjoyed that.
Okie dokie, everyone. Stand back and stay cool.
He hurls himself at the fused glass portion and bounces back onto the floor.
Is that the real Spider-Man?
Spidey does a triple flip to his feet. He reaches up for the overhead rail and pulls it down easily.
Somebody want to give me a hand with this?
First the woman, and then all of them take up positions on the battering ram.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
They ram the glass, and it shatters. Interior, the luxury condo high-rise. Henry stands at the open door of the train in his bedroom as they all come rushing through the door. Henry, you are Watto from episode 1. The one that does pod racing.
Come on.
Okay.
Am I muted? No.
Hey, come on. That's it. Stay lively now.
Henry, the Rogs!
Oh, shut up, woman.
Have a nice evening, ma'am. And you too, Henry.
Exterior of the street, the fire trucks arrive and begin to assemble a ladder. Spidey arrives at the door of the top of the car. He sees Roz on the bottom. You keep going.
Okay, folks, just hang on.
He scampers down the grab handles to the people below. 4 passengers cling to seats and bars.
Okay, one at a time. You first, man.
Spidey throws the woman over his shoulder. Insert the coupling, which holds the 2 cars at the right angles, begins to bend. Spider-Man, the woman over his shoulder, goes hand over hand to the top, and the woman is dumped into the middle car. The coupling continues to bend. Spidey helps the teenager, and then the skinny girl out of the car. And then Roz is the only one left. Spidey approaches him. He clings to a pole. Insert the coupling bends. The car is hanging. Oh, they're from memory. That's all it is. We need Roz and Spider-Man. Let's get voices from the audience for that.
Let's do an overly enthusiastic YouTuber.
Okay.
And an anchorman who forgot his contacts and can't read the teleprompter.
All right, who wants to be the YouTuber? All right, Ted's an overly enthusiastic YouTuber, and you are a news anchor that can't read the teleprompter. And
cool.
Begin.
What up, everyone? This is Dr. Otto Octavius' work. Whoa, I must get back to my university. I must stop. He's gone crazy. Can you help me?
Sore thong. Short thing? That's his thing? Just don't taco the the train. Come on, give me your hot dog.
Whoa, Spider-Man, listen to me. If he could do this with the train, if he's come this far, then I could probably well predict the next step. He'll go to plutonium SL-270 for the power. He must be stopped, or else he'll destroy our world. What?
The coupling shrieks and the car lurches.
Let's get you out of here first, prostitute. Professor.
Whoa, wait, Spider-Man? I didn't think I could make it. You must waste time saving me. You must save the world! You must go and stop fool!
Where can I find Mom? Where can I find him? Where can I find him?
He's looking for plutonium SL-270, I'm sure. Is that what YouTubers look like?
Yeah, the car lurches on its side, and Roz flies out of the door. Spidey whips out a web that girdles Roz's waist.
Think, Rachmaninoff. Think where you can only find the pressure valve. Where could he find the THX 1138?
Exterior. He's actually looking for plutonium SL-270, but I'm fine with the THX. Roz is hanging in midair on the web. Roz shouts.
Dude, there's only one place you can get the plutonium SL-270.
Wahoo?
Toxic dump. Any toxic dump would have SL-270. Come on.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Ted. Spidey swings Roz in an arc.
Hit that bell.
To the fireman. The fireman grabs Roz. Then, with an awful screech of steel, the car pulls loose from the coupling. With Spider-Man inside it, the car plunges 10 stories to the street below. Cops, firemen, press, the works. The crowd gasps. Camera strobes pop as the last car crashes to the sidewalk. We hold several beats on the incredible rubble. Then a webbed hand. Spider-Man groggily pulls himself from the wreckage. And for this little bit, we've got Spider and a cop. And the cop is, I think, is this you, Taya?
It is me, yeah.
Okay, cool. And let's just get 2 voices for Spider-Man and the cop. Quick little scene.
All right. Spidey, you are a delivery person who can't find the right house. And our cop is a frustrated person trying to give directions.
Okay, begin.
Oh, put your hands up, this way, this way up, not to the left. No, Spider-Man, come on.
Hello? I have the Chipotle burrito. Is this 94.5 East? Hello? You are making a big mistake. Hello?
Yeah, and you are looking with your eyes in this direction at 20 years.
Spider-Man shoots a wad of web goo onto the cop's gun and swings up out of the frame. The cop aims and shoots. The bullet makes a thwump noise, the web goo stretches out about 3 feet and then falls limp.
What the hell?
That's a good question. I don't know how that works, but sure. Exterior, back of building, alleyway. Spider-Man swings painfully, one hand limp at the end of his web strand. After falling 10 stories, he is groggy and weak. He can't think. He can't focus. He can barely hold onto his wrist gizmos. This bug is spent.
Same voice?
Well, for this one, let's just hear what Grandpa Potts from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang sounds like.
We must go on. Must find Ock. SL-270 plutonium. Must get that crazy old loony before he gets plutonium. Toxic dump. Where are the toxic dumps?
Interior Aunt May's family room. Liz is standing. Aunt May is seated on the couch. She looks weak, pale, and alone. And we've got a nice scene here for Aunt May and Liz. What does the audience want to see for Aunt May talking to Liz Allen?
Okay. So Aunt May is an old woman who accidentally destroys Venezuela by flipping the light switch that she didn't think did anything.
All right.
And Liz is a child in a Peter Pan costume that was just told they're wearing a great Robin Hood outfit.
So disappointed that no one recognizes your Halloween costume, child. And a woman that inadvertently destroys entire countries by turning on things in her apartment. Good luck!
Oh, dear. Oh. You're as lovely as Peter said you were, and I'm so glad you're alive.
Thank you. I really wanted so badly to come see you. It called me up out of the blue.
Tell me about Peter. What's he been up to? He seems so preoccupied. Oh.
Oh, you know Peter. He's all caught up in some kind of study he's doing. Things are really crazy at the university now. Things are crazy everywhere. Peter's just, well, you know, he just pulled into a shell.
When Peter was little, you know, back when Venezuela existed and, you know, Nicaragua existed and, well, frankly, the whole lower half of the continent. Well, you know, he loved to hide in the closets under the sink. He always needed a secret place, but I'd look for him. He'd always laugh. He wanted to be found. Like, I really wish I could find the rest of that country that's just vaporized. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be Peter Pan, and I don't think he wants me to find him. So, I'm gonna be going. My friend Flash is picking me up.
This Flash, he isn't your boyfriend, is he?
No! Not really. I think you can guess why.
They smile knowingly at each other. Liz goes towards the door.
Elizabeth?
She turns.
Finders keepers. Losers weepers. Oh, God, so many deaths.
Oh, it's Tinkerbell!
Well, that's what I used to say to Peter when I found him.
Doesn't make any sense.
God! Oh, what a tragic upbringing Mr. Parker had there. All right, Spider-Man swings high above Fifth Avenue. This is not the confident swinger with Liz in his arms. This is a guy who's making it by the narrowest of margins. There is a traffic jam below. We've got Spider-Man, Ock, and the female cop. Spider-Man, Ock, and the female cop. Let's do...
Spider-Man, Ock, and the female cop. Spider-Man.
Oh, let's just see what we've got here with the... I want to hear what this Matthew Broderick sounds like that you suggested. So Matthew Broderick for Spider-Man and Doc Ock. Let's go with Captain Hook from Peter Pan. And female cop, you are going to be a... every mid-Atlantic woman that a person learns how to do for a noir improv scene.
That's great.
Yeah, perfect. All right, and begin.
Oh, gotta find Ock. Gotta find the toxic dumps. Oh, yeah.
He looks down at the traffic. We pan across the many cars until we come to a nondescript green car. Interior green car. Ock is honking the horn. Something, hands honking the horn sounds masturbatory. Sorry. Something lands on his roof. Then Spidey sticks his head upside down in the windshield.
What's up, Ock?
What? You!
A Waldo smashes through the windshield but misses Spidey. Ock leaps from the car.
You're a doomed bug wall crawler. I've no time to waste on you now.
Exterior street night. Ock runs through honking traffic. Spider-Man leaps from car to car. A female cop pops out of the doorway. Her partner, a big young cop, pulls his gun.
All right, freeze. Up against the wall and spread them.
Ock complies. He raises his hands and spreads the Waldos to full extension. The big cop screams and faints. The female cop's eyes pop. Ock swats the gun from her hand. He starts to choke her. Spidey comes swinging to the rescue.
Hey, you big Ock. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
All right, Spider-Bug. Here I've come for you!
Ock leaves the cop and attacks Spider-Man, shooting his iron fist at him. Ock breaks into a red Corvette convertible, starting it with his Waldo. Spider-Man comes out in time to see the vet drive away. A laundry truck is passing. Spidey whips it and is whipped away. He crawls over to the window.
Hey, driver, could you follow that red vet for me?
The surprised Chinese person, as it does not say in the script nicely, lets loose a stream of expletives, complete with appropriate suggestive gestures. Spider-Man crawls to the top of the truck. He whips up and swings away. He swings along. Suddenly, Spider-Man spots a blue MG with its top up.
Flash Thompson, I thought I'd never be happy to see you.
Interior blue MG. Spidey wedges down into the car, right between Flash and Liz. She whoops. Flash is thrilled. We got Spidey, Flash, and Liz. What does the audience want to hear? Spidey, Flash, and Liz.
Okay, someone is at the tail end of a pub crawl.
Okay.
Someone body swapped with their cat and has no idea what's going on.
Okay.
And someone is Captain Kerfuffle. Whoever that is, it's literally made up.
Captain Kerfuffle. Okay, then. Anyone? You want to be pub crawl? All right, end of pub crawl.
Catman? Somebody who swapped bodies with a cat?
You have swapped bodies with the cap, and you are Captain Kerfuffle, whatever that means to you. Great. I love it. You may begin.
Sorry about that.
Spider-Man, this is unbelievable.
Flash, I need your help.
Oh, you got it.
You any good with this thing?
I'm the best.
Okay, catch the vet.
Roger Wilco. Over and out.
He swerves. Spidey falls all over Liz. They begin to careen through traffic. 3 peas in a very small pod. Exterior West Side car chase montage. Spidey is jammed in between Liz and Flash. The MG chases the vet. Since neither Ock nor Flash is any good at this, both cars quickly careen into poles, fences, hot dog cars, and begin falling apart. On Riverside Drive, the MG begins to lurch and steam. The vet looks eaten away. The George Washington Bridge looms ahead. The vet roars through the toll booth. They spot Ock stuck in traffic.
Why is he going? What was the voice I just did like 3 seconds ago?
I'm something like this. Yeah, he's
Why is he going to New Jersey and who is in that shitty red car? I think it's changed.
Don't you recognize him? Ooh, it's Ock.
Bro, New Jersey has the largest toxic waste dump in the world.
What does he want? Toxic waste?
He's looking for the plutonium, my dear.
The car has to slow down. It's in a traffic jam.
Sorry, can't do anything about this traffic.
Spider-Man jumps out of the car.
Look. Try to stay with me. I don't want to lose him.
The vet takes an exit. Spidey leaps to a sign. He aims his wrist gizmo and waits for the next car to take the exit, but none do. Deflated, he drops to the ground. He looks up to see a sign on a cyclone fence. It says, "Dump number 7, keep out radioactive material."
Bingo!
Interior, toxic waste dump night. The landscape has a nightmarish vision, weirdly lit by safety lights. Vats and drums ooze all over kinds of bad stuff. A light is on a dilapidated shack. Interior the shack. Ock is tossing away the canisters until he comes to one marked Hazard, Plutonium SL-270. Hazard. Ock, Spidey, Liz, and Flash, and Roz. Oh my god, so many voices. Ock, you are going to be Dr. Evil. And Spider-Man, you're going to be Jack Sparrow. And then Liz, you're going to be Polly Pocket's BFF. And Flash and Roz. Roz, let's have you be Benedict Cumberbatch, struggling to keep his American accent as Doctor Strange. And Roz, sorry, that was Roz. And then Flash, you will be... I don't know what this means, but that one really weird kid. As you suggested. All right. Begin.
Okay.
Mate, open that now and you'll spoil Christmas.
Spidey's peering in from a hole in the roof.
Insect! I'm gonna squash you to death! You're gonna squirm and squeal like a little bug on your back. Once I lay my Waldos on your skinny bones.
Ock hurls a drum at Spidey. It erupts in a sizzle of liquid and gas. Then the six-armed fiend runs for the door with his SL-270. Exterior the shack. Ock comes flying out and Spider-Man grabs a Waldo. Spidey does a backflip and whips Ock so hard that the Waldo snaps off. Ock recoils it and reacts in horror with a roar. Oh god, he's so mad that Ock attacks Spider-Man. They battle as super adversaries. Ock gains the upper hand and tosses Spidey into a pile of rusting drums. A gas envelops Spider-Man and he begins coughing. Later, Ock's Waldos are coiled around Spider-Man's neck as the web slinger is dragged through the dump. His white eyes narrow and blink. There is a capped well behind a warning sign. Ock tears off the cap and then hurls the groggy Spider-Man down the well.
Goodbye, Spider-Man. There, okay.
Interior the well, night. Spidey falls. He cannot grab onto the slimy walls as the bottom of the foul pit is bubbling blue, luminescent pool. Spidey claws frantically at the walls, and for this one line, I need you to be Darth Vader. For this one long line. He puts a hold. He gets a hold and slides down to within a foot of the pool. Its weird light shines up at him. He looks up at the starry sky.
Okay now, Spidey. Easy does it.
He shoots a web about halfway up the pit. It hits the wall, sizzles, and drops back down.
Don't give up, Spidey. Don't give up.
The web gizmo squirts out a pathetic patooey of web goo. Then it hisses, empty.
Why is the web goo always gone? Now what do I do?
So, you've avoided the nuclear pool, have you, Spider-Man?
Well, so far so good. But I can't hold on much longer.
Pity. There's a tear running down my face.
Oh, come on, Ock. Be a good sport. Let's talk this over face to face. Throw me a line.
Spidey reaches out.
Okay, face to face. Catch this.
Ock, way up at the opening above, raises a huge drum above his head. The drum leaks toxic waste in orange tendrils. He is about to drop it on Spider-Man.
Don't do it, Professor.
We now see Flash and Liz in the blue MG.
I know you. And you, young lady. Both of you are in my physics class, aren't you? Come, you can help me. I need to get some of these drums to my laboratory. Help me, and I'll give you special grades. What do you say?
Suddenly, he catches Flash with a Waldo and starts to choke him. Liz screams and tries to help Flash.
Leave him alone.
Another Waldo grabs her. Roz now appears on the scene.
Do this. I can do this. Leave them alone, Otto.
But they won't help me. Everybody is trying to destroy my experiment. My baby. And so are you, Rossamoron.
Another Waldo grabs Roz by his arm.
Otto, I was wrong. I've gone over your research. It's brilliant, Otto. It's mad, but it's brilliant. You have much work left to do. I want to help you, Otto. For the sake of science, go and do your experiment. Leave these kids alone, and I'll help you.
You will? And you too?
Both Flash and Liz shake their heads. Okie dokie. Ock gestures to Flash and Liz. I want to see everyone not make your head movement of okie dokie. What does okie dokie look like as a head movement? There you go. That's all good. Silence for a second in this very long-winded podcast. This is a podcast? I don't even know what this is anymore. I love everybody. Oh, God. Continuing on forward. They all nodded.
Help me with these drums. I need to get them to my laboratory immediately.
Do as he says.
Dormammu. Orc pushes Flash and Liz with his iron arm, gripping Liz by her hair. He shoves her into the car.
Drive, Flash, before I flush your girl right down the toilet like a goldfish.
Professor Rosamorph, it's no good. Double dealing. Why did you help him?
Rosamorph finds a rope and looks into the well.
Don't lose your energy screaming. Catch this rope and climb up. Come on.
They into Roz's car. They drive along the highway. Spidey is recovering, working his neck. Roz, this is a long line for you. So let's just have you be, what is one that I really wanted to do again? Oh, let's have you be the bird lady from Home Alone for this line as Rosmore.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I've been through Octavius data. He has enough power with his plutonium, especially if he gets his hands on Parker's data. There he has enough power to do what he wants to do. We're not going to stop him in time before the planetary conjunction occurs tonight. Ah!
You may continue, Spider-Man.
Stop the car. I have an idea.
There, in the middle of Riverside Drive, a phone booth is coming up on the right. Roz's foot stabs the brake. Spidey gets out of the car, then he pats himself where his pockets ought to be.
Do you have a dime?
Interior Peter Parker's apartment. Harry is there, working on the computer. Phone rings. Harry picks it up. So we get Harry and Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Let us have you be... a suggestion for Spider-Man from the audience, actually.
I'm giving you one suggestion right now?
Yes, one suggestion.
A couple people.
One
okay.
suggestion.
A 70s stoner who's desperately searching for food.
Okay. A 70s stoner desperately searching for food to be paired with Roger Klotz from Doug. All right, let's see how that goes.
Harry? Peter, where are you?
Listen, Harry, you must get my paper before Ock uses it.
Interior Parker's apartment.
Your planetary conjunction data? It's too late. Ock's got your paper. It's in his computer already.
Computer screen displays a graphic of the sun, Earth, and Moon lining up with Jupiter and Saturn.
Don't worry. You can never use it without plutonium.
Oh, plutonium, man, I'm starving. Makes me hungry. He's got the plutonium. And he's on his way back to the lab. And he's got 2 prisoners with him, Liz and Flash.
Don't worry. He needs a huge amount of power. Thousands of volts of electricity to get to the anti-force.
He can get to the power. Electrical power, to the max. Nuclear power, SL-270. And now, at the moment of full planetary conjunction, when all the planets line up with the sun, maximum gravitational power. The conjunction is Ock's final power source. And do you have a sandwich, damn it?
Damn! Just ate my last one. The conjunction is due at midnight. What are we gonna do?
Exterior university grounds. The blue MG arrives and comes to a stop. Ock looks at his 2 prisoners in the back seat and smiles to himself. Picks up 1 drum on each shoulder. We got Ock, Liz, and Flash. Let's get voices for Liz and Flash.
All right, Liz, you're a passive-aggressive college roommate.
Okay.
And then Flash, you are going to be someone is convinced everyone is cheating at Go Fish.
I love you, chat room. Thank you for these. And then Ock, you're going to be Craig Ferguson. All right. Begin. With Oxline.
Oh, sorry. I thought we didn't read the description.
I did read the description.
I'm stupid. I'm getting high on the drugs, on the marijuana, forgetting my lines left and right. Blame my gay robot skeleton. Okay, where was I? Okay. Okie dokie. Have fun, you 2 young ones, for the very last time.
Ock leaves. Liz and Flash are tied together in the backseat of the car.
We do now.
Maybe we give ourselves 2 aces because somebody has them and we kiss the world goodbye if he's right. All there is left to do is just give me the ace. Give me the aces.
Wait, whatever. I think I can release, like, my right hand, I guess.
Interior Peter Parker's apartment. Harry Osborn is...
How much time is left? Wait, I can find out. My God, 59 minutes.
Interior phone booth.
Which one is it?
Beat Pat Buttram for a second.
The only way we can interfere with Ock's plan is to find a computer center. Fast!
Our university is the biggest center in town.
Yeah, but who's gonna work them?
Professor Ock, over at the university grounds, comes for more drums. He sees that Liz and Flash have disappeared. Harry, seeing Flash and Liz come running to the school grounds.
I think I could get some help. I can teach anyone how to work a code in 5 minutes.
Then do it!
Interior computer lab, the lights are off, but the computers are on. Harry looks over Liz's shoulder as she cracks through the code. We'll keep Liz and Flash, and then we need something for Harry and Kim.
Hey, they are 2 badly dubbed anime characters smack talking to take up time in the episode before the big fight.
Poorly dubbed anime characters for Flash, Taya, and Ted Harry. Good luck.
Hey, this is easy. Harry, I need help, and 3 clubs would be nice too. I know I got 'em.
Huh? Coming!
Harry looks at his digital wristwatch. 1 hour becomes 59:59 as he watches, then a warning buzzer.
I got one.
Harry, God, get over here.
Harry hurries to Kim's side and elbows her out of the chair. The screen is flashing. Warning, security breach. Harry's hands fly over the keys. The kids gather around. Line drawings of the cyclotron appear one after the other. Finally, a pipe. There's a circle around a joint, and the legend H2O.
Goddamn water leak!
Hey, look at this. It's a frickin' 3 of clubs, huh? Empire State University. This is our cyclotron, right?
Huh? What does it say?
It says no information on net.
Oh, damn! Oh, we can't do it!
You mean we can't stop Looney Ock?
I mean, the world is in danger!
We must find Peter. He knows these computers better than all of us.
Yes, but where in the hell is he?
I don't know. I bet he's with Spider-Man.
Suddenly, the lights dim, a heavy noise, an earthquake. Exterior outer space. The Earth is moving into line with the other planets of the conjunction. It's happening, people. The conjunction we've all been waiting for. Exterior Science Center. Harry and Flash and Liz and Kim. The Earth is shaking. Come out running from the building beneath an enormous hanging moon. They are frightened. Suddenly it all stops. It's quiet. The kids look at the sky.
Look at the moon. I've never seen it so big.
What is that? It's an ace! I told you, you son of a bitch!
Huh! Must be the sun!
We now see the sky with the sun on one side and the moon on the other. They watch it, shocked, frightened, out of their wits. Exterior, end of the world montage. Suddenly, from Ock's basement, a blue beam of light breaks through. People stop in their tracks, look up to the strange-looking skyline. Camera comes down to the street where Roz is driving Spider-Man fast towards the university. Interior Roz's car. Roz looks out over the skyline of New York. Lighted buildings flare up and then go dark. The lighted spire of the Empire State Building flares up and explodes. Spider-Man, Roz, and Ock. Let us go to the audience for this one.
Okay, Roz, you are going to be a game player that failed just before the end of the level.
Okay.
Spidey, you are a mall Santa who really has to go to the bathroom, but this child just won't stop talking.
Great.
And Ock, you are someone who is slightly on fire.
Just very slightly on fire.
On fire.
Amazing. All right, and it has begun. Spider-Man.
It started. Step on it, Professor. We'll never make it, and neither will I.
They look across the campus and a strange light is coming out of the Science Center.
God damn it! Campus. Right there. See those beings from Ox Lab? Oh! We're late, it's coming. The conjunction will happen in a few seconds.
Spider-Man massages his arm.
Stop the car. Come with me.
Oh, what? Where? God.
Spider-Man shoots out a web and flies towards the school building, taking Roz with him. Interior control room. Red power throttle is at 95%. Spider-Man and Roz enter, shielding their eyes from the glare. The countdown clock reads 8 minutes, 18 seconds.
Aha! You never calculated the conjunction in your calculations, did you? Rossomorph, help me, please.
Oh, no! Damn the calculations! My God! Otto, you have to hear me. The world we know will collapse. Everything we have devoted our lives to, all the patterns, all the harmonies. God. Everything will be destroyed.
It's okay. It's all right. Just calm down. Just calm down. A new world awaits. Rossomorph, remain calm. It is my destiny.
Oh, come on! It is cosmic suicide! You have no right!
Roz flings himself through the melted window into the experimental chamber. He grabs for the bullet, but the Waldos grab him and throw him back. Roz staggers backwards into the arms of Spider-Man.
Oh,
You have to stop him! Spider-Man, you have to stop him! Fuck!
Timmy, shh, one minute, just wait. I'm afraid we're too late.
Spider-Man attacks Ock, trying to push him away from the throttle. Ock pushes Spider-Man away with him so strongly that Spider-Man is knocked down. Ock nudges the power throttle forward and the whine increases to an ear-shattering pitch. The countdown clock reads 6 minutes, 48 seconds, and we are at 96% power, people. Exterior, the Science Center. We pan down from the moon to a street full of sirens and shadowy figures running into the night. Liz and Kim and Harry come nearer. A very weird light is emanating from the center. I need voices for Liz, Flash, Harry.
Okay. I need a cosplayer desperately trying to finish their costume the night before Comic-Con. I need a cosplayer trying to politely get away from a super fan at con. I need Deadpool putting himself back together after the latest explosion. And I need Werner Herzog in Mandalorian.
Okay, I think I only need 3 voices, but that's fine. What would you like?
Cosplayer trying to get away from person, yeah.
Cosplayer getting away. Flash, what would you like? We've got a Werner Herzog or another cosplayer finishing their costume.
I kind of want to butcher Werner Herzog.
Do it. Butcher, Werner Herzog, and Harry, you're going to be Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds putting himself back together.
All right.
Cool. And then Reese
Wait, does Roz still has a line?
Does Roz still have a line there? Oh, he does.
Yeah. On this next one.
Cool. Well, that one line with Roz, then, you're going to be the cosplayer desperately trying to put together their costume the night before Comic-Con.
Okay.
And then Reese is going to have one line in here, and that is going to be Crush from Finding Nemo when that happens. All right.
Zoran, can I hear your Werner Herzog?
My Werner Herzog? Oh, okay. The baby. We are going to look at the baby right now, and just shh. It's very important. We'll all be very quiet for the baby. It's very important. All right, that's what I got.
Thank you. I can't wait to butcher that as well.
Do it. All right, enjoy.
Do we have an Ock?
What was it?
Do we have a Doc
Oh,
Ock?
for some reason I didn't have that written. I'm sorry. Doc Ock. Let's do the host from the... No, actually, sorry. Let's do Marty McFly for that one Doc Ock thing. Begin.
Yeah, he's in there. I know Peter is in there.
She breaks into a run.
Liz, don't. Liz, come back. Come back.
Liz runs inside. They run after her. A bolt of electricity flashes across the doorway, stopping them. Things in the room begin to rise, weightless. The energy storm is brewing. They're in the control room, and Ock.
Doc. Okie dokie, Doc. Listen, man. My energy storm has started. My anti-force is on. History is being made. Spider-Man, Rosamorph, cheer up, friends. We're on our way to the unknown cosmos. Oh, this is heavy. This is heavy. We 3 are about to visit heaven. Like real God's heaven.
Okay. All right, it's like 6 a.m. I'm like running on 3 Red Bulls. Mom, get out of here! Spider-Man, the conjunction. Do you want me to lose followers? It's happening.
Exterior, the sky, strange colors, the conjunction is now happening! Oh my goodness. Interior, the Science Center, Liz runs into a hallway, gone berserk. Stuff is flying everywhere, tiles pull from the walls and crash to the ceiling.
No more selfies! Go, Peter! Peter, where are you?
Oh, so desperate, oh god. Ock throws the red power button to 97%. A cacophony. The bullet begins to pulse and throb. The dial spins. The clock countdown reads 5 minutes, 58 seconds. Exterior Science Center. The full moon hangs over the building. Flash and Harry and Kim stand at the entrance of the center. Flash starts to run into the building.
Liz, come on out.
They run forward, but as they reach the front steps, the building lurches upward. The bottom step becomes a wall of stone and dirt, 6 feet high.
Get back. Flash. Get back.
Wow.
Then the building lurches upward again. This time, it pulls free from the ground. The kids take cover as water lines burst and electrical wires spark. Interior Science Center hallway. Liz opens a door. Ooh, that was muted for some reason. Let's hear that Peter again.
Peter!
There. That was very desperate. There's fans everywhere. The building lurches, throwing her back against the hull, where she crashes through another open door. Interior chemistry lab. All manner of stuff is flying around. Liz comes sliding across the floor. She crashes into a cabinet. Glassware starts to fall on her, but crashes into the ceiling instead. She is dragged up the wall. She kicks and screams against the anti-force. Exterior Science Center. Flash, Kim, and Harry look on as the center becomes airborne. Interior chemistry lab. Liz slides down the wall. She grabs at the window and looks out. The rest of the university recedes beneath her, now 100 feet below, and they're still rising. Flash and Harry look up.
Oh my God, Liz is still inside there.
And Professor Asimov and Crazy Ack.
What about Peter? Isn't he there with them?
No, but I bet Spider-Man is.
Exterior, street in front of university. People look up at the Science Center. A cyclist riding and looking crashes into a taxi. Max Reese leaps out from with a beautiful starlet from the taxi.
Whoa, dude, that's some show. If I ever saw one.
Interior Jameson's office night. He's looking out his window, seeing the university's lab building flying up and towards the sky. And for this final Jameson line for me, what shall I do this Jameson line as?
John F. Kennedy.
Okay. John F. Kennedy. Tear out the front page, change the headline. The biggest news is happening right now. We need photos, a camera, get me a camera, and a potty platter! Interior Aunt May's bedroom, night. She pulls aside a curtain and watches the Science Center rise. No lines for her! Back to the control room. Ock works the computer. The countdown clock is at 4 minutes 18 seconds. And we've got Roz, Ock, and Spidey. Let's get some voices.
Oh, this is funny. Sorry. Someone eating a Klondike bar and wondering if God will forgive what they had to do to get it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then let's do Gordon Ramsay after the blue team overcooked the risotto.
Okay.
And then who's my remaining performer then?
If anyone wants to claim any of these, I'll
do Gordon Ramsay.
All right, you're doing Gordon Ramsay. Great. Ock is Gordon Ramsay. Who wants the Klondike bar person that doesn't want God to know what they did to get it?
I'll try.
All right, and then we got something for Ted for Roz.
Ted is Elsa getting drunk finally and really letting go.
I should have taken one of the first two.
That's true, Ted. You didn't take it. You're like, no, this next one's going to be something I can really do. So there you go. Good luck, everybody. Begin.
Where is it going? Oh no!
Off the worlds, bros, other times, other dimensions. Who bloody knows? Who bloody cares?
Then why?
Truth, Rosimov. Look at it. Smell it. Take in the flavor. The new truth. The new way.
Don't listen to him, Professor Ross. Oh, there's so much blood.
Put that Klondike bar down. God damn it. No,
You don't listen to that clown. He can't save you, or the world, or this bloody meal for that matter. Jesus!
A Waldo reaches in and rips Roz off Spidey, flinging him back against a wall. Roz lands in a heap beneath a fire station. Like the hose, extinguisher, and axe thing. We see the Waldo reach out for Spider-Man. It wraps around his foot and begins to tug, slowly.
Once and for all, Spider-Man. Once and for all, we'll end the legend of your so-called powers.
Ock is slowly dragging Spider-Man to a huge hole that's been ripped in the floor by the beams of electricity. We see New York a half a mile down through the hole. We see Spidey being drawn across the hole. Then Roz comes flying in with the fire axe. Roz hacks away at the Waldo and chops it off. The stump withdraws. Ock examines it in pain and fury.
But how does it taste? Oh, you were my teacher!
Roz doesn't even look back. He and Spidey are at the edge of the hole, and he's shaking Spidey furiously. Ock sends out his other Waldo and begins banging it on the floor in a frenzy on either side of Roz and Spidey. Like a child denied, he smashes his steel fists against the floor again and again.
You were my teacher! And you want to destroy my experiment with your crap recipe! You are a scientist, for heaven's sake, not a cook, that's for damn sure! Don't you want to know what's up there?
Yes, but on an account of our world, we only have one world.
The floor begins to craze and then crack like ice around a hole on a pond. Bang, bang. Spidey comes to just as the section of floor beneath himself and Roz gives way and falls through. Spidey grabs hold of the edge and dangles. He looks down and sees Roz falling away beneath him, disappearing into the dark.
Spider-Man, only you can save us now.
Roz. Murderer. No, I'm a murderer.
Forget that old fool insect. My Spider-Man.
That's right, you murdered
That's
your
your line.
cheese dish. I will never forgive you. God, forget that old fool insect. My Spider-Man. Come join me on my fantastic voyage to the seventh heaven and another television network.
The planets are virtually aligned as we see from outer space. Back at the Science Center hallway, Liz comes running through it. A bolt of electricity shoots from the right to the left in front of her. She slams on the brakes and runs the other way. And for this one, you're just going to be, you're Becky for these 2 words.
Peter. Peter.
I love it. Interior control room night. The countdown clock is at 2 minutes 59 seconds. Ock throws the power throttle to 98%. He laughs and a web splats against his glasses. Ock is slammed into the console by Spider-Man. Sparks fly and Waldo's flail blindly, smashing things. Ock tears off his glasses and squints through the fire and smoke and glare. Spider-Man thwips the ceiling and swings into a dropkick. Ock recovers. He grabs Spidey and slam dunks him through the hole in the floor. Exterior, the bottom of the building. Spider-Man falls through the air. He shoots up a web and thwips. It sticks to the rocky bottom of the foundation. Ock appears in the hole. He sees Spidey's dilemma. Hanging on a thread of web, a half-broken Waldo snakes down and clips the web. But the web sticks to the Waldo. Ock shakes it, but he can't get loose. Spider-Man shoots out another web at the rock bottom, and with the leverage, he pulls Ock out. Ock swings down in a wide arc, and his Waldos catch on the rock upside down. He holds on fiercely. Ock scrambles out to the side of the center and begins looking for an entry. Spider-Man is right on his tail. The building pitches sideways. Ock turns to face Spider-Man, his broken Waldos out for battle. Spidey grabs an exposed pipe and breaks it off, brandishing it like a broadsword.
Let's have it, old boy.
A bizarre duel takes place. The center pitches this way and that. Spidey and Ock move from foothold to foothold, from window to ledge to parapet. Now the center pitches to 45 degrees. They duel upside down. A window grate crashes open and Liz comes flying out, holding onto the grate for dear life.
Liz, I finished it, just like I finished them.
Ock seizes the opportunity to whack Spidey across the head. Spidey loses his footing, but the building now lurches back, and Liz goes flying back inside. Spidey ducks inside too and pulls the grate. Spider-Man uses his great strength to move a huge piece of scientific machinery in front of the grate. And we've got some new voices here, because that, whatever that Klondike thing was, I don't know what you had to do, but I am horrified to get that Klondike bar. Great suggestion, chat room. So I need Liz, Spider, and Doc Ock.
Okay. Liz is a stepmother trying to be friends with their new stepchild that they actually hate.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna use a voice for Doc Ock, so I just need Spider-Man.
Okay, and Spidey has slept in and slept through their alarms, and the realization hits like a freight train.
Okay. And then Doc Ock, you are the host from the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney. And we will begin with Spider-Man using his great strength to move a huge piece of scientific machinery in front of the grate.
Oh, come on!
Where's Peter? He must be somewhere.
He's around. Don't worry, we'll find him. I just gotta take a shower real quick.
The countdown clock is now at 1 minute as Spidey comes flying in with Liz to the control room.
This building is flying. I'm in a goddamn flying building.
Oh, jeez! I think we have to pull some of these cables. Try over there. I'll work on these. We gotta slow this thing down somehow. We got helicopters coming.
Liz looks at some wiring, apprehensive about even touching it.
Pull!
He yanks out a cable, the building pitches, but then Spidey pulls one out, it rights itself. Exterior Science Center night, the big beams start cutting out one by one. The center begins to pitch and yaw. The choppers are getting closer. Interior control room. The countdown clock reads 15 seconds as Spidey and Liz continue to pull wires and cables. Two Waldos erupt from the floor, grab Spidey, then pull Spidey to the floor, entangled in these molybdenum pythons, however you say the material that his things are made out of. Spidey struggles valiantly. Liz leaps to his aid.
Oh my god, I did not sign up for this.
A third Waldo, a broken one, snakes up from the hole and begins feeling blindly around on the console for the power throttle.
The power!
Liz sees the damaged Waldos heading for the red throttle. The countdown clock is at 10 seconds. Liz leaps and tries to wrestle it away. It whips in her arms, and she holds on tight. It bangs her against the wall, and then the console. She holds on. 3 seconds! The Waldo crashes Liz against the wall, which erupts in sparks. She lets go of it. It heads for the power throttle. 1 second. Spider-Man can't break the grip of the Waldos, but he can pull from superhuman strength. He yanks Ock up through the stone floor. Ock hits the ceiling of the control room. One Waldo grabs on. The other one throws the red power throttle.
Spider-Man, your end is coming. Life in its present form is ending. New dimensions, new horizons.
The universal bullet begins to glow. The glow sharpens to a point of light. Spider-Man holds on tight against a rushing energy flow that's pulling everything in the room towards the point of light.
Excuse me, what is happening, Mr. Man?
I don't know!
Liz starts to slip away into the flow. She struggles against it.
Oh, I can't. Hold on, I'll get to your father.
Spidey whips her and she grabs onto the web.
Hold tight, Liz, hold tight!
Ock drops calmly, beautifully to the floor of the room. He moves slowly under his own power into the light.
You cut my power. There's too little power. It's so tiny. So tiny. There's only space for me. But I've done it, Spider-Man. I have broken through. I've broken through.
Don't you do it, Dr. Octavius. You'll be grounded for a week.
And for this last line, let's do your Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. Okay. Now that is what I call an experiment!
As he nears the light, he actually becomes part of it. He shimmers and shines. He fills the room with blinding light. Spidey and Liz shield their eyes, and as the light diminishes, the storm subsides. They're safe, except for the fact that they're in a floating building 10,000 feet above the city! Ah! Spider-Man is at the console, pulling and putting back wires. Liz, fascinated, looks in at the window where Ock disappeared.
I can't control her. She's dropping too fast. All right, let's go.
No, sir. What about Peter? We've got.
Peter will be okay. Peter will be okay. I promise you. Let's go before it's too late. It's already 5 o'clock.
Don't you sass me. Go where?
Exterior, the center, night. It rotates and drops. Helicopters come in like cavalry. Trying to leave, Spidey helps Liz through the obstacles. Debris rains down. They come face to face with a diagonal maze of pipes. And for this, let's get new voices for Spider-Man and Liz.
All right. We are gonna do... Trying to get up the nerve to ask your crush to prom.
Okay.
And then Elmo.
All right. Who wants Elmo?
I can't do it great, so I'll do the prom person.
Oh!
Oh, it's okay. You can do it. I believe in you.
Okay.
All right. We begin.
Maybe there's another way?
A huge crack opens up above them.
It's breaking apart.
All right. Keep moving. A step at a time.
They scale the maze, but as they emerge on the other side, half the floor falls away. Central Park awaits 8,000 feet below.
Elmo says we have to go back.
Can't go back?
He looks across at the door. It is midway up a diagonal wall. He shoots a web up at the ceiling between themselves and the door. Then he extends a hand to Liz.
Forget it.
Okay. Have it your way.
He swings across and lands on the ledge of the door. Then he swings the web back to her like a trapeze. Liz catches the web and looks across at Spider-Man, furious.
What is Elmo supposed to do with this?
Go ahead. It's easier than it looks. We've got to try the fire escape.
Liz swings across like Tarzan, and Spidey gathers her. Liz swings across, and gathers her on the ledge. She does a comic phew, and the ledge buckles beneath them, but holds. Spider-Man tries to open the door, but it's stuck.
Oh, the door is stuck.
Spider-Man bends his back to the task. It takes all his strength, but with a comic arg. Let's hear that arg, Spider-Man.
Arg!
He bends the door open. Exterior, fire door. They burst out into the rock foundation of the building. New York is rushing up to meet them. The wind created by the fall buffets them. The helicopters arrive, and the falling building plunges right past them. The helicopters look across at each other, helpless. Exterior, the center. It drops like a stone. Exterior, fire door. Spidey and Liz are falling away from the door, sliding along the rock. Liz is stopped by a retaining wall. Spidey keeps sliding. He thwips the wall and then disappears over the edge. Liz screams. Let's hear a cute little Elmo scream.
Help, Elmo.
I love it. I mainly just love the looks that I get from you as soon as I ask you to do something. You're like, okay, we're doing this? Great. So he disappears off the side with a scream, and something happens. Liz fights to her feet and grabs onto the web stand. He pulls on it with all her strength. She pulls on it with all her strength. She pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls, and we see the web running up between the rocks. She gives one last pull and comes up with an empty web end. A long, long beat, and we switch voices for Peter and Liz.
Am I giving these
Yes,
ones?
you are.
All right. So, Peter, you're in the battlefield, and there are bullets flying all around you. And then, Liz, you're Groot on a massive bender.
Groot on a massive bender, and let's also, just because I don't like, so you're in the middle of a battlefield, but you're also Morgan Freeman in the middle of a big war battle zone. You may begin.
Wow. Look at that one fly past. Liz, up here. Oh.
Liz looks up and sees Peter hanging out the window 2 stories above her. He throws out a rope ladder. Liz grabs it. She begins to climb into your classroom. Peter pulls Liz through the window. There is no time for an embrace.
Ooh. Morgan knows how to dodge a bullet. Come on. I found a way down.
I'm Groot.
I knew you were going to say that. They run out of the room. We pan down and see, crumpled beneath the window, the Spider-Man suit. Interior large physics lab. This is a lab that we saw in the opening sequence.
I am Groot.
Where's the way out?
Right there.
We are looking at the huge American flag from before.
Come on. Help me with this.
And now we're at the exterior.
Okay. Stand still.
He ties some rope around her waist.
I'm Groot.
Is this going to work?
How do I know?
I'm Groot.
I just adore confidence in a man.
Come on.
They move to the edge of the rock and look down. Central Park is still a couple of thousand feet below.
I am Groot.
What is it you say when you jump?
You say your prayers, son.
They scream as the building lurches again, knocking them to the ground. They start to slide across the rock. They reach out for each other, but their hands don't quite reach. Slowly they inch back together, but the foundation cracks between them. Exterior the center night. It spins and falls beneath us. Down, down, down it goes, and then it crashes into the great lawn. A huge cloud of debris shoots upward. Exterior the sky, night. There is a beautiful full moon. Peter and Liz float down into the frame, lit by its wonderful light. The American flag, which has turned into a huge parachute. They hold each other tight. They can hear sirens below. They begin to laugh with relief. Then they stop. The wind billows Liz's skirt and plays with Peter's hair and snaps in the American flag. And for this final bit here, you are Barack and Michelle Obama.
I knew it.
Been waiting for him.
Yeah, I got nothing on that, but okay. We gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. Unless you want to both be Barack Obama. That's your other option. Kidding. Oh, the looks that I get. Man. Just trying to create a sweet ending between two beloved lovers there.
We have a lot to thank your friend Spider-Man for.
Now, Michelle, listen to me. Listen. Somehow, I don't think we've seen the last of him.
Peter, finders keepers.
What? What? Malia, what did she say? Oh. Why do you look like that?
I think I'm in love
You are.
with your friend.
Spider-Man. You are in love with Spider-Man.
I am. You think we'll see him again?
We might. You, never know, Michelle.
And he kisses her.
Oh. This may be the end of a beautiful friendship, you know.
I'm going to say no.
They land in the center of the park under the parachute. They stay there and kiss, completely covered by the flag. Camera pulls up to show the building floating away. The end. Bravo, everyone. You survived this script of...
this time. Last week was easier.
Oh, yeah. You had less to do last time, but no.
Oh.
You got it. You got it. Good work, everyone. Remember, next week we're going to be reading the scriptment. I haven't figured out if that's just going to be me in a Spider-Man costume, because there's not a ton of dialogue or things, or if I'm going to work things out. So I'm working that out this weekend. But tune in July 3rd. Start your 4th of July off right by listening to James Cameron's scriptment that he wrote that does involve Peter and Mary Jane having sex on the Brooklyn Bridge. So you're not going to want to miss that sentence in the scriptment.
All the girls are like,
but then we will, and then next week I will also be announcing what our final script will be, as we will be winding things down as movie theaters are opening. Perhaps they are. We will be concluding our run of Unproduced on July 31st. We'll be doing a script before that, multiple parts, and then there's a very special episode that I'm planning on July 31st. So stay tuned for that. Thank you to everyone that came here. Thank you to Ted Evans as his wiener. Thank you to Taya. Taya Lux, thank you AJ Dana for coming in and just crushing that Dr. Evil portrayal there. That made me real happy. And Keeler, thank you for doing just doing whatever the hell we told you to do, and for just being a good sport about it and not just giving me the side eye every time. And of course, Isaac, thank you very much for joining as Spider-Man. I know you're a big Spider-Man fan, so I'm very glad that you got to play him in this average script of sorts. And thank you, Megan Gorman, for moderating the chat, and thank you to the chat for all of those amazing suggestions. I will never forget the Klondike Bar one, probably till the day I die, and whatever happened there still just is horrifying. So thank you all again. Make sure that I'm going to pop this up one more time for anyone that's left. We do have the, there it is. The Okie Dokie t-shirt is available at teespring.com/thecatchphrase using the code Okie Dokie to get 15% off of your order, and that will be for the next week. So thank you. Make sure to support Brandon Reuter, his wonderful Instagram, Brandon Reuter, which I hope is in the description. If it's not, I'm going to add it right now. But I love it. I'm very happy that we get to keep doing this. Stay tuned next week for the scriptment. And remember, in a summer without movies, it's better than nothing. All right. I love all of you wonderful people. And goodbye for now. See you all next week. If the stream would end. It won't end. It's not going to end. This is how it always works. I hit the button and it doesn't.